recorded the EP with Daniel Kerr over in Avenue Studios in Surrey. We started recording in March. We chose Dan Kerr because he'd done some fantastic records we've all listened to quite a bit. Shields EP particularly, huge fan of that. Created to Inspire, Idols of Apathy, some really great bands, and bands we've actually played some shows with ourselves. Yeah, it's great to be working with a producer who's actually done records that you really believe in. And yeah, he seemed like the right idea for that EP.
I came into this after the first EP was actually recorded, so when I was writing the drums, I felt I wanted to keep the Greyhaven sound of the first EP, but kind of put my own spin on it to kind of bring something new to the table. So there's a few more technical parts here and there, there's a few different feel ideas I've been trying out. There's a breakdown in On and On, and I've added a lot of ghost notes, and there's a really groovy feel to it, and it just feels really nice to play, and I think it sounds great. Recording with Dan, yeah, it was a great experience. He's a great guy. Not once was he ever like annoyed with us for messing something up. He was always really supportive and wanted to get the best takes out of us that we could. And yeah, the whole day was brilliant. We smashed it out, and we finished early with a couple hours to spare, I think it was, yeah. So it was all really good. Learned a lot.
Yeah.
That'd be really nice.
In terms of the songwriting process, we did a lot of the writing. I did a lot of my writing with Elliot Wilkins, one of our friends who lives over in Reading. Yeah, the songwriting process was actually quite swift this time. A lot of the songs came out very quickly. There wasn't much arming and ahhing. Pretty much every single time we sat down to write a song, the song would come out in its entirety in one session. There wasn't really much changing between the initial songwriting process and the final product that you hear on the EP.
From a songwriting perspective, this EP was far more collaborative than the last one in that we all had quite a big input in the actual writing process. I think also with the solos on this EP, we focused much more on getting the melodies across rather than it being about shredding or kind of trying to be technical with it. It's much more about just having a melodic standpoint, looking at it from the emotional perspective of the actual song.
Guitar recording I was really happy with. There was a lot of decent takes, a lot of good solos in there.
That's it. Fuck's sake. Yeah. That's it.
Let's get one more, just tune in one more time.
Fucked it at the end.
Recording bass on the second EP, because I didn't do it on the first one, some of you might not know, was a bit of an interesting endeavour for me, because that's probably probably the first proper time I actually sat down and actually recorded bass as part of the band, because I've always been a vocalist before, so I had an easy studio life, and then yeah, so interesting day, but got it all done within the time frame, which was good. I was pretty pleased with myself, and it all sounds awesome. So definitely a lot more variation on my vocal style on the CD in comparison to the first one. I want to showcase a bit more of what I can do.
Oh, coming out of the blue, my heart was finally torn in two. You let the connections of the past tarnish the memories of what we heard. Where were you when I I needed you! Where were you when I needed you?
I've recorded with Dan quite a fair few times. I think actually recording the CD with him was probably the 4th or 5th time I've recorded with him. So I'm quite comfortable with him as a person. He's a good laugh, he's a good sport, and he's always really supportive. But he's not afraid to sort of be honest about stuff. So if he thinks what you're doing is a bad idea, he'll definitely tell you about it.
Most of the vocals for this one, so in our first EP, a lot of them were written as we were recording them. It was all sort of winged. Rather than this one, we got all the pre-production quite early for it, so I had time to really go away and really think about what I was doing vocally. There is hatred burning inside your mind. What will you decide? Generally, I'd like to write stuff after doing sort of my early work with previous bands, especially the first EP as well. I want to start writing about stuff that that really matters. I want to get away from writing about girls and love and sort of the easy route. So I started writing about sort of past events in my life, things that I could relate to. I really did the songs about depression and anxiety, about sort of youth culture. Again, one of the songs is literally about what it's like trying to be in a band with your friends and all that. So it was stuff that I could feel was a bit more relatable and not so generic. I walk down the loneliest streets, steer clear of the faces I meet. When darkness arrives, we all stand aside and watch as the weakest they weep. So beggars and peasants will cry as kings hold their heads up high in the sky. Gone. Oh, my lyric sheet just dropped on the floor. Dan was one of the most professional guys that I think I've worked with throughout this. Obviously in the past I've worked with loads of producers. He really did. We got there and it was an enjoyable experience, but we got stuff done. We didn't sort of dick about and fuck around all day and then 5 hours into it realised that we hadn't recorded any songs. It just flowed. Everything just happened. His actual creative role in it as well, he was so sort of on the same level as us.
No, you're mad.
When we did the chorus for our stand, there was just certain harmonies and especially the woes in the chorus, he just turned to me and said, look, why don't you try this? And we went up and did it, and that's generally how the process worked with him.
All I was going to say is, so it'd be like, so yeah, probably go there. Something like that. This is the beginning. Do you want to do that?
I got that on film as well.
I had a fun day with you. I mean, bye.